Hangman Adam Page and PAC. There's a lot of tension between these two. And right off the bat, Hangman Adam Page driving PAC into the corner. Meanwhile, referee Bryce Remsburg trying to get these two out of the corner as Page sending PAC over the top to the floor. This is where things get dangerous, and things are picking up quick as PAC gets sent hard into the steel guardrail. Hangman Page looking to do the dirty work early to set the pace for the rest of this match. PAC, his back is already taking quite a bit just off those two. Just off those two times he was sent hard. And again, look at how far back those guardrails went because of how hard Hangman Page sent PAC into them. Those guardrails are not light either. They're solid steel, 100 pounds. They're for the fans' protection, but they're also to do some damage as well. Hangman catching PAC in a fall-away slam. And Page standing, running, shooting star. But nothing there as PAC except the knees of PAC. Oh! What a right by Page that sent PAC flying off the top to the floor. And speaking of flying, soaring, and scoring with a suicide dive is Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Adam Page is continuing to pick up the heat. Just launched himself like a cannon at PAC. Page has been really aggressive in this match, and it's very much so benefiting him. Page is dialed in right now. PAC able to kick out. PAC has got to regroup, got to find a little bit of an opening right now. He desperately needs it. As of right now, this match is looking really good for Hangman Adam Page. Step up in Zagiri, nobody home. Look at the way this pump handle just deadlifting up and a fall, I would say fall away, but held on as he slammed PAC backwards. Not quite enough to keep PAC down for 3. Hangman Page, he's got that cowboy mentality. He's tough. He's country tough. Hangman Page came so close to becoming the inaugural AEW World Champion. Unfortunately, fell short. Hangman Page is on his climb to get back up to that such an opportunity to be AEW World Champion. Of course, Chris Jericho, the AEW World Champion, defeating Page. Driving the boot in the neck of Page is PAC. PAC finally getting a little bit of a turnaround here. This could benefit PAC if he can stay on the aggress. Being the aggressor right now is PAC. Hangman Page had a really hot start. PAC is in absolute no hurry whatsoever. But I will say this, he is taking in the time to soak in and enjoy the pain he is inflicting on Hangman Adam Page. PAC arguing with referee Bryce Remsburg. I think he might be doing a little bit too much of that. Snapmare over and a drop kick to the back of the head of Page as PAC goes for a cover on the close hook in the close leg. Front chancery by PAC, pushing Page into the mat, keeping Page grounded. It's up to Page to find a way to use his leg and core strength to be able to pull himself up. And now back up. And the separation is there, but PAC comes in like a torpedo with that European uppercut to Hangman Page in the corner. Page gets out of it. PAC yet to lose in AEW. He's got one little minor thing, and that's that draw he had with Jon Moxley. But keep in mind, that's Jon Moxley we're talking about. Jon Moxley is as tough as they come. So PAC going to the limits with Moxley just shows how tough PAC can be. Another pump kick to Page. PAC was trying to choke out Hangman Page. Could have gotten himself disqualified in the process of trying to focus on Page. Tries to go for a cover on Page, but barely a 2 count on that. Driving the knee in the back of Page. And the referee watching this closely as PAC drives the knee into Page's face. Oh, what a turnaround kick. Full force to the midsection and spikes through with a sliding kick to Page. Pretty nifty opportunity for PAC. Came in clutch. It's been all PAC the last few minutes of this matchup. PAC's done a great job at turning things around as he tried to keep Hangman Page down. The thing about it is when it comes to Hangman, it's easier said than done to keep him down. Front headlock as Page fights back up to his feet. PAC just brushed off that elbow shot from Page quickly. These two are hard-hitting strikers. PAC can play it both ways. He can slow it down, enjoy the moment, soak in all of the pain he's inflicting on his opponent, or he can take risk, take flight. PAC is never one to be afraid to soar through the sky and take a risk. He's never afraid to take flight whatsoever. Coming from the middle rope. Went for a Phoenix splash, but Hangman Adam Page realized trouble was near and was able to get out of harm's way. Hangman Page already up to his feet. Page manages to get himself up and comes in with a hot clothesline. Page starting to pick up a little bit of momentum here. And explodes out of the corner. Knocking down PAC with a clothesline. Just nailing PAC. And a chop by Page. And you can hear the chant by the crowd. That cowboy shiznits. And a pump kick by PAC stops Page in his tracks, but Page picks up and spikes a spine buster on PAC. PAC tried to stop Hangman. Hangman was able to find a way to stop PAC. Spine buster found to be very effective for Hangman Page in that very moment. In those type of moments where you have very minimal time to think about what you have to do next to stop your opponent, Hangman Page went just like that and was like, you know what? I'm going to go for a spine buster. That's what I can get to first. You cannot waste any time. You have half a millisecond to think, and then you got to go. And just planting PAC on the mat, the apron, crash landing, and again into the railing. We saw that the early part. We've seen this from Page. And Page is up. And there it is. The Ori Hara moonsault laying out PAC. Hangman Page got all of it. And running boot lays out PAC. Will it be enough? PAC just barely getting the shoulder up. It was so close for Hangman Page. Now the question is, how is Hangman Page going to follow up? Is Hangman Page ready to take it home? And that's at this very moment. Page measuring up PAC. Page was looking for that buckshot lariat. PAC realized that would have been game over. Rolls out of the ring, takes a quick breather to regroup. This is exactly, if you're PAC, in some eyes it may be seen as a coward's way out, but it's exactly what you have to do when you have to have a certain mentality heading into something like this. And reeled in Page and spiking Page on that chair. Brain buster. The way that Page's body just landed with that chair in the corner. Absolute brutality caused by PAC. And now the question stands. How does Hangman Adam Page get back up from that? And if he does, and he's able to make it back in the ring before the count of 10, how does he go on and somehow pull out a victory instead of just continuing on borrowed time? Page fighting to pull himself up and just collapses. Look at that mark on his back from the way he connected. That was close. Man, that was close. And PAC arguing with the ref saying he didn't make it back in the ring. I'd be upset too. That was a nasty landing for Hangman Page. However, PAC's going to have to stay right on the attack. PAC measuring up Page as PAC is up on the top rope. And a missile drop kick to Hangman Page hooks the leg for victory. And it's not quite there. Not quite enough to put away Page. The brain buster did it for Page. Certainly showing its long-lasting effects on Hangman. Look at that laceration on the back of Page. That bruise. One win for each of these men against each other. Finally get to close things out between these two and see what is next for the man that is able to stand out on top. PAC playing very aggressive with these kicks and mocking the crowd. Maybe do a little bit less mocking, a little bit more focus on your opponent. The showboating can happen after, if and only if, the ref raises your hand once the bell is rung and you are coined victorious. With 15 minutes past, 15 minutes left, we are halfway through this contest between these two. PAC was up at the top, tried to maintain a balance there. And with damage done throughout this match to PAC, just as much has been done to Page, PAC struggled to really hone in on his agility, which allowed Hangman to capitalize and knock PAC down. And now Hangman climbing up to meet PAC up. And an avalanche blockbuster lays down PAC. Spine rattling situation. A rough landing for both men. Absolutely brutal and devastating. And Page is out on the apron. There's only one thing in mind as Page tries to shake some feeling back in the arm. Perhaps another attempt at a buckshot. And he does, but runs right into a super kick by PAC. Sends out, and a snap German suplex bouncing off the ropes. PAC picking up the speed, pops up, and spiking a power bomb to PAC into the mat. Hangman. The shot is ready to be taken as he looks for Deadeye. PAC trying to strike with his knees, looking for a submission. And the Octopus, he defeated Omega this way. Now trying to do the same thing to Hangman Page. That's just a true testament to the technical ability of PAC. Hangman Page is in no man's land. In deep trouble is Page. Page has got to find a way to stay with this. Page, the way he was able to fall forward, was able to take him out of bounds and get to the ropes, forcing a rope break. A very effective way to force a rope break. Just let your body collapse forward close enough to the ropes. PAC is ready to break through the orbit as he looks to go high. And a black arrow, but with nobody home. A hard landing. And Page, oh, he was looking for buckshot again. Uh-oh, almost hit the ref. One for a low blow. And caught it was Page. And a discus forearm. And a clothesline that turns PAC inside out. And now, Buck, Deadeye. And PAC planted. And Deadeye shoots the shot and scores the victory.